How's it flying, guys? Lance Corporal Hawk 30, and, I'm realizing something. It's been a bit since I've had Rosie in a video, so for a special video like this, in celebration of a channel I like, I'm going to allow the pupper to come in. Here she is. Oh, whoa. Good girl. Go, 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 go. He's a good pupper. Oh, he's a good pupper. Yes, it is. Yes, it's a good pupper. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, you ready? What's your voice? What? What? Oh, silly Billy. Where's he? Over here. Over here. Over here. Well, there we go. There we go. Go, go, girl. Go, go, girl. Go, 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 girl. So yeah, it's been 10 years, huh? By JAIDEN Animations. 10 years since she started YouTube, and I'm gonna emphasize, I didn't see her early stuff. The earliest I was aware of JAIDEN was, I believe it was a YouTube Rewind or something similar, where she made the PewDiePie, "Can you do this?" reference that she animated. So I think it was during the T-Series war that she made that animation. So that was the first time I ever saw her, and it wasn't too long after I decided, yeah, you know what? This is a good animation. I'm going to subscribe. So I've been subscribed a few years. I haven't seen all of her videos in that time, but I've seen a fair amount. I enjoy her commentary. So, in celebration, I am going to raise a toast before we get into this reaction, celebrating alongside JAIDEN, 10 year to JAIDEN. Congratulations on 10 years of doing animations for YouTube, bringing us stories that we're going to laugh at and enjoy. So, here's a toast to you. This is a Sprecher cherry cola, by the way. It's a soda company that uses honey in their fire brewed sodas, which is actually pretty good. And this is, I need to get one of these cherry colas and some vanilla ice cream, because I think that's just going to be absolutely freaking phenomenal. I normally don't include drinks in drinks or eating in my videos, but you know what? I need something to toast her to, and this is as good a thing as any. So as the video goes on, I'll just take a sip every now and then. But on to the video. It is, in fact, hold on, let me get a light adjustment there. There we go. It is, in fact, a 22 minutes video, so it's going to be a bit, which means I need to go ahead and get into this. I'm not 100% sure what all she's going to talk about. I assume she's going to go over some of the videos she's made over the years, some of the adventures, and maybe throw in an extra couple that maybe she hadn't made a video about. I don't know, but we will see it as we go. But hopefully you will have followed the first rule of reactions, and that's watching the original before watching me react to it. Links to the original video will be in the description. Please, as always, ensure that you guys have seen the original JAIDEN video before you watch my reaction or anybody else's reaction to it. And with that out of the way, let us go ahead and celebrate 10 years and go.
As of now, JAIDEN Animations is officially 10 years old. Yes, I know I technically made the channel in February, but shut up, I don't count that. On July 23rd, 2014,
It's kind of like, I didn't start reactions until 2018, but as far as this channel existing, that was November of 2012. I didn't really have much other than, I guess, I thought I was going to be a vlogger. So I was just like, hey guys, this is me doing this. Like, if you go back to my very oldest videos, there's nothing of worth there. Like, the first thing of worth is when I recorded myself taking helium while my friend is roasting me in the passenger seat, I think in 2015. Yeah, 2015 is when that video was uploaded. So that's probably the first video that was actually kind of entertaining that wasn't a reaction. can definitely say y'all, none of y'all joined me for the, oh, hi. Anyways, let's continue.
I uploaded my first ever animation to YouTube.
Hey everyone, my name is Jaden, and welcome.
Alright, that's enough, you get the point. It's kind of old news that a lot of content creators have started retiring, especially after hitting the old 1-0. Making content on YouTube for 10 years has significantly changed the entire trajectory of my life. I started Jaden Animations when I was 16. At the time, I was super shy, quiet, anxious, knew nothing about the world. I could count the number of friends I had on one finger. But not in a sad way, I liked my simple little life. For the longest time, I didn't even realize YouTube had channels or that people were uploading things like vlogs and series and skits. I mean, it was definitely less established at the time compared to now, but I saw YouTube as just the place to watch funny cats and compilations of people getting hit in the crotch. The way I found out about this whole online world was after coming home from school one day to find my laptop not turning on, meaning I couldn't play Minecraft anymore. To satisfy my desperate Minecraft hyperfixation, I typed Minecraft into the YouTube search bar to see if anyone just so happened to upload any Minecraft-related videos. And were there people uploading Minecraft-related videos?
Yes,
my
there
world
were.
Expanded exponentially at that very
no
moment.
doubt.
YouTube channels, subscribers, people uploading content for an audience that looks forward to their videos. The first channel I ever subscribed to was a Minecraft YouTuber who I don't even, I'm blanking on the name, but I was now aware of YouTube as an actual community beyond funny fail compilations. Watching videos became a huge part of my day-to-day life. I put stuff on when I wanted to relax, laugh, needed background noise. If I was having a tough day, I would lock myself in my bathroom, lay on the floor, and watch videos on my phone, and I'd feel better.
Yeah, I have vague memories of when I really kind of started noticing YouTube stuff. Excuse me, I can't even remember I can't even properly remember the first person I subscribed to. But I can tell you who the first reaction YouTuber I saw was he went by the name of Ratchetness back then, but is now known as Ratchet Noble Wolf. He's kind of retired his regular reaction channel as far as I'm aware, and has started a new gaming channel. So, and I wish the man the best of luck, but he was my first inspiration for doing reactions. So if you go look up Ratchet Noble Wolf, that's the man that originally inspired me to start doing reactions back in 2018, even though I'd seen his content since 2013, back when the brony stuff was really kicking up and in swing. And it was 2013, so I also subscribed to PewDiePie in that time. I can't remember who all else, if I'm being honest, but those are the two that stick out to me from that time frame.
Even before making content myself, YouTube was an essential part of my life. I branched out from Minecraft to general gaming videos, even the occasional vlog series, until I stumbled upon a very special video in my suggested feed.
What's that?
An animated story time from a YouTuber called Domix. It was his emails video. I remember it so clearly. After watching it, I immediately binged his whole channel. I loved his animated stories. They made me laugh so much.
I've never heard of Domix.
For the first time ever, I thought to myself, I want to do stuff like that. I want to animate. And around the same time, I was really into Aya's Cupquake's Minecraft Oasis series and had even sent in a few fan arts I drew for her. She posted a couple at the end of her videos, which genuinely made me so extremely happy. I was totally
That's always
out.
A nice moment.
In one of the
the first time that I ever found myself in another person's video was an SMG4 video where he was talking about the ending of the anime arc and showed a collage of people reacting to the Dusty death all at once. That was the first time that ever happened. And then another time I distinctly remember was Medi Excalibur uploading another SMG4 reaction clip that it was actually me while Brooks and Tiffany were here as well. For those who remember Brooks and Tiffany, it hasn't even been a year since they've last been in the video, but it's been a while. I know the internet is like, oh, a month, it's like 5 years. Where did that time go? Anyways, yeah, that was the first time I got to experience something like that. Although there are some collaborations that I've done, like with Super Raccoon Bros and Humanoid and Nidge DFX, where I've shown up in their videos now. So now I'm starting to kind of branch out in that. Anyways, continuing.
Episodes, she mentioned that she wanted to find an animator to animate some of her funny Minecraft moments, and suddenly I saw the stars align in front of me. I sent her a little message attached to another fan art, basically saying, "Hi Cupquake, I'd love to animate for you if you're interested." And she ended up reaching out and was like, "Hey, we love your style and would love to work with you. Do you have an animation portfolio we can look at?" To which I responded with, "So I've never actually animated before, but I'm learning, and honestly, they shouldn't have hired me. I wouldn't have hired me. But somehow I had secured my first animation job. And for my favorite YouTuber, this was by far the biggest thing to ever happen to me at the time. I wanted to make the best animation they could ever ask for.
What was
now, I just had to learn how to animate. No joke, I literally typed how to animate and Adobe Flash tutorial into the YouTube search bar. That's how I learned. No class or school or nothing. I vividly remember opening Adobe Flash for the first time and wishing I could just skip forward in time to when I already knew how to even use the program because I was so confused. Humble beginnings, what can I say? And honestly, that's all it takes. People ask me all the time how I learned to animate, how I do this and that, what.
First of all, that freeze frame. Second of all, yeah, learning something new when you're not used to it is tricky. Wouldn't you say, Rosie? Oh, she's in relax mode, so she ain't gonna answer for nothing, so. I splashed up in my nose. But yeah, that's a tricky thing, trying to force yourself to learn something so you could be better at it, or just even understand it when it's not something that you're already used to. Anxiety is the word that comes to mind.
What program to use. But you already have the biggest source of free online information at your fingertips. Just type whatever you want to learn into the search bar and people will literally teach it to you, no strings attached. While working on the animation for Cupquake and her husband Red, I talked to them about how I also wanted to make YouTube videos, that I wanted to animate little stories but was too nervous. They were both really supportive and encouraging, saying they'll put a link to my channel in the description of the animation to help me and stuff. I'll be completely honest.
That does help.
Cupquake and Red didn't hire me and offer to help give me that initial push to start a YouTube channel, I wouldn't have made JAIDEN Animations. Like I mentioned, I was quiet and soft-spoken. I didn't even get picked on because nobody knew anything about me to bully me with. They had nothing. In what world would a tiny little 16-year-old dust mite of a girl feel confident enough to start an animation YouTube channel where
that old logo.
Especially
okay, to all the youngins out there, to all the freaking Zoomers.
to start an animation.
That is what the YouTube icon was for a few years back in the early 2010s on all Apple phones or Apple products, whether it be iPod, iPhone, iPad. That's what it looked like. It looked like an old TV screen. It's something different now, man.
YouTube channel where she talks about her
Those
life,
were days.
especially for what would be a single-digit amount of people.
A lot less complicated, a lot less copyright bullshit.
I'll tell ya. She does it in a world where she feels encouraged and inspired by the people she looked up to. There's so many timelines where none of this ever happened. So much had to come together just for me to start. And against all odds, it did. I finished the animation, they posted it, and I spent pretty much the entire month reading every single comment. Everyone loved it. It was doing really well. I remember messaging Cupquake a giant soppy thank you paragraph when the video hit 1 million views. By the way, the entire animation was made on only 3 layers because any more would make my brain confused. I genuinely cannot believe they hired me.
Like, y'all, I'm not even joking when I say that it was a surreal feeling for my most watched reaction reaching 100,000 views. It was like, there ain't no way this many people watched me. You know, I can't even imagine how I'd feel if I had one video that made 1 million or even 500,000, it just would, again, there's no words I can come up with.
At the same time, I posted my very first video as JAIDEN Animations, introducing myself and announcing that I'm gonna try out making animation videos. It's funny looking back at, because if you don't know all the context, you'll watch my first video and be like, who is this dumbass talking to? She just started the channel. There's no audience yet. The shout out Cupquake gave me in the description gave me the boost I needed to shake the second thoughts. I gained 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers right out the gate, and ever since then, I wanted to keep making more content.
Yeah, damn. It kind of reminds me of how fast Internet Historian freaking blew up. When you go to his early videos, and the amount of effort he put into those early videos is a lot more effort than I put into any of my videos now, even though I've been doing reactions for 6 years now, and it's still the amount of effort he put into his first 5 or so videos is way more than I ever have in any of mine, you know? So it's just like nuts how certain people just hit that right vein at just the right time to get just the right amount of growth. You never know how the algorithm is gonna roll the dice in or out of your favor.
And I was really, really excited about it. I made more animations for Cupquake for a couple of years alongside posting my own stupid little videos until eventually parting ways with them to focus entirely on JAIDEN Animations. Working with them was amazing, and
we owe
those
you,
animations
Cupquake,
did
for helping
overwhelmingly well
JAIDEN
at the time. Like, I look back and am still shocked. I apparently peaked with that damn 2014 FNAF animation. Come on, Nuzlocke. Surpass it, please. Free me from these shackles. By this time, I was in college now, and
wait a minute, is that still? I imagine it has to still be true. It has to still be the case where that video is it. But the Nuzlocke video, I am legit surprised that that Nuzlocke video has not surpassed it. I'm shocked. Yeah, well, the Nuzlocke video is the most. At least according to popular videos and what I'm seeing here. Unless that video was taken down or something, but I don't know.
And even though I wasn't able to post very much at all, things were doing really well. I remember sitting on the top of my dorm bunk, secretly celebrating hitting 100,000 subscribers, a milestone I was beyond thrilled about, and honestly was my biggest goal at the time. Somehow, my roommate ended up finding out about it and immediately told every single person on our floor, which embarrassed the hell out of me. But at the same time, I was sheepishly proud of.
Like, I'm not even at... I am almost to 6,000, which is more than I legitimately thought I would get. 10,000, if I could reach 10,000, that'd be a number I'd be like, wow, guys, thank you. Which, I'm thankful for everyone that does watch me now. So, it's like, but it's just stuff that passes through my mind, like, will I ever beat this? Probably not, but you know what, never know what the algorithm's gonna do to you.
Of myself that people thought what I was doing was cool. Along with new experiences, for the first time ever, I was making online friends and becoming part of a growing little animation community. Cypher Den, Tony V Tunes, Lightsen. I even stumbled onto James randomly after being recommended his ASMR video.
Odd ones out.
I specifically remember going through his channel and thinking, I can't believe this guy doesn't have more subscribers. He's so funny. And welp, would you look at that. After finishing my first year in college, I ended up talking to my parents about taking a gap year to see where all this YouTube stuff could go. They were, of course, hesitant at first. Making videos
Understandably.
on YouTube for money? Can you even do that? But eventually agreed and have been my biggest fans ever since. I was officially doing
That's
YouTube
always a great feeling when your
full-time.
parents
I don't really know what happened, but
are
a few
supportive
months
of what you
later,
want to
James
do.
started blowing up. In our little animation group chat, we were like, whoa, James, congrats, what's happening? And he was like, I don't know, oh my god. And then I started blowing up too, and suddenly the entire Storytime animation community was rising and thriving. It felt like we were strapped onto a rocket heading straight for the stars. People really loved watching Storytime.
Hold on, I just heard something boodaloo out. So, are we still recording? Yeah, still recording, still showing footage. Okay. Off we go.
I'm animation. We went to our first ever VidCon, and there was a whole line of people that wanted to meet us, which is a crazy experience for our first convention ever. Since then, everything has kind of just been history. I kept posting, obviously, met new people, made incredible friends, started building my own animation team, learned a lot about the world.
Good job to the team.
Most of all, being on YouTube forced me to grow thicker skin. I'm sure most of you can relate to some degree. Mindless hate, online arguments, people nitpicking and speculating that you're actually a horrible human being. Because of how normalized posting content is now with TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, I'm sure everyone has gotten their fair share
social
of the hate hammer.
medias.
But 10 years ago, it was pretty much only big online personalities who were familiar with it. And it comes at you pretty fast. Suddenly, you have to figure out how to hide your personal information and tell family members to private their Facebook accounts, which they don't know how to do. Scary emails come in, uncomfortable comments, lots of uncomfortable comments. I got doxxed one time because someone speculated I was a narcissistic liar because I claimed to be shy and introverted, but would get loud sometimes when reading scripts. Also, fun fact, I never planned on being public with my full name, but the reason it got leaked is because my old high school published an online article about my channel and dropped the full government without my permission. I'm still pissed about that one, and I know this is genuinely what you just have to expect when you make content online. It's awful, but
yeah, I get the point of wanting to be have your anonymity. That is something that I try my best to understand. But the only reason why I'm not as concerned personally about anonymity, as far as, like, obviously face, but my legal name is because, I'm wanting to be a voice actor primarily, although I'll take being an actor. Like, I'm wanting to be a voice actor, so having my legal name out there is going to be one of those things where it's like, you know, I hope to get a career out of this someday doing voices, which, by the way, teaser, I will soon be actively promoting a video game. Actually, I'll start now, called Universal Conquest. It's one of those 4X games. 4X strategy type game. Explore, expand, exterminate, etc. And I am going to be a voice in it for one of the race factions. The reptile faction is going to be voiced by me. So I'm going to start heavily promoting that here soon. It's probably going to be a month before it's actually implemented at the time of recording, from what I understand. What was you want? What was you want? But yeah, so it's going to have my legal name included in the casting, so Lance Colburn, if you guys ever see my name out there, that's me.
But it's the truth. I didn't want to quit, so I adapted to the horrible things, awful videos made about me for attention. There's nothing a passerby hate comment can say that could surprise me anymore. If anything, they're all the same, and it's just annoying at this point. Not saying I'm happy that I went through all of it, and it should have happened. People can be genuinely awful. But I'd like to say I've come out of it all a version of myself that wouldn't have existed otherwise. Not because of all the shitty things,
there you go, the
but in
animation
spite of them.
evolution.
I've learned how to stand up for myself, grew my confidence,
magical anime
learned
girl.
how to separate myself from my work and not take comments personally. All things you learn out in the world over time as you grow up, but crank to 100 and during the most insecure years of a person's life. It was hard, but hey, I'm still here, aren't I? I look back and see my mistakes,
and bigger than a lot of them
bad takes, stupid ideas, regret here and there. It's overwhelmingly stressful to grow up and learn and change while in the public's eye, even more now than ever. But all things considered, I believe I was always trying my best in the position I was in, was constantly trying to be the best person I could be, and I won't ever be upset at myself for that. Also, I do want to say, a big thing that's followed me throughout almost my whole career at this point is the fact that yeah, I've talked about mental health and things I've struggled with at the time, like anxiety, depression, rock bottom confidence, etc., etc.
Which is always a good thing, you know, it's a little bit cheaper than therapy being able to vent. Not saying that you shouldn't go to a therapist for certain things, like, there are still therapists out there that do know how to actually do their job and try to help people. What you, Rosie? What? You know. Also, pets are cheaper than therapy too. Ain't that right, Rosie? Pets are much cheaper than therapy. But it's having someone to vent to, or an audience to vent to. Dang, I don't think there's anything wrong with venting.
I've definitely spilled my guts out on the floor in front of the internet a couple
probably get
times
stitches.
in my day, and there's no part of me that regrets
But
it at
don't.
all. A lot of people have told me that they felt more understood or learned things about themselves through those videos, but as a now adult that's had the time to grow and adapt and overcome these things, man, you guys kind of still think I'm a little bit pathetic. I see comments all the time when I'm in my friends' videos
Really?
or being involved in a big event, and so many people go, wow, I can't believe how far Jaiden's come from being this puny little scared teenager. I'm so proud of Jaiden really stepping out of her comfort zone here. She is just so brave for showing her face after dealing with such low confidence. That one's always funny because it can definitely come off like I should still be self-conscious, which I'm not, by the way. I get what those
Well, that's
comments are
good.
saying, I really do. But guys, not everything I do has to be brave.
I think after a certain point, it starts to seem like kind of backhanded compliments instead of actual heartfelt stuff.
I'm just doing fun things with friends on camera. We don't need the 24/7 Jaiden cheer squad busting out the trophies and medallions every single time.
Sometimes
and we
you
also
just
don't
go,
need the Jaiden defense squad
timestamp.
scrapping with anyone
Funny.
that says anything non-positive about me. It's the internet. People have the right to not like me for whatever reason. I promise,
Fair.
it's okay. I'm an adult. I'm doing fine. I appreciate the concern. At this point, it just comes across like I'm very pathetic and puny and can't do anything. Now, somehow, a
What
decade
you
has
gonna
passed.
do?
I'm not the tiny, small 16-year-old who's afraid of everything and can't talk out loud for more than 15 minutes without straining her throat. That's true, by the way. I spent 15 minutes recording audio for my first video, and my throat was dead afterwards. It was pathetic.
Wow.
Now I can record for an hour, which still hurts my throat. You can probably hear it, but that's a 400% improvement right there. I'm 26,
Yeah.
created hundreds of
More successful than me. I'm 29. You know what? I'm not gonna compare. I'm not gonna make comparisons because I've got the fan base I have. You know, I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it. I'm not gonna get the green-eyed monster syndrome, be envious. Like, oh, she's got so many subscribers, but she's been doing it. She's also been doing that, focusing on that for longer than I have. In a different niche part of YouTube's. But anyways.
hours worth of content, have the most wonderful team in the world behind me, am surrounded by amazing friends, live with the most important person in my life, with the most important little creatures in my life. I've gotten to meet content creators I've looked up to, got to tour and travel the world with talented friends, talk on panels to hundreds of people who wanted to hear what I had to say, been able to tell the people that inspired me how big of a role they've played in my career, and even got to stand next to them as an equal. I'm happy. Sure, it's always been and still is difficult dealing with the stress of being in a big spotlight. I went through some bad stuff, navigated rocky mental health, trusted people that hurt me, had to pretend not to be affected
Those
by
always
things that were
hurt.
genuinely hurtful just to not empower people that wanted to see me break, all while in the eye of the public where one wrong step could crumble everything I've ever created. But I'm really happy with the place I'm at.
That's always
the
a risk.
person I've become and the environment I've built around me.
And that's good what
So
you're talking about right now.
What's
Being happy
that
with
leave
where
me
you're
with
at.
now? A full decade, man. Damn. 10 years of the most difficult, enjoyable, terrifying, exciting, stressful, grateful, soul-crushing, unforgettably special moments of my life. How
Hatsune
lucky
Miku.
and grateful I am to have the privilege to say I've gotten to experience so many impossible things, to have so many dreams created and come true, to see myself persist through such a difficult position to be in. After taking a lot of time reminiscing and thinking about what could come next, the direction I want to take to follow what could keep making me happy, I've come to accept that YouTube isn't going to be part of it. I'm happy with what I've accomplished. I had my rise and grind years, I experienced real and true passion. That's all I could really ask for here. There's not much else I want to do beyond it at this point. But before you freak out, I'm not quitting right this moment. I still absolutely love making content and still have the desire to keep making videos. But my YouTube years are numbered now. I fantasize about logging off as JAIDEN Animations and becoming a normal person again.
Yeah, and at some point, yeah. Like, in considering the number of people, like she said earlier, that are just, once they hit the 10-year mark, are saying, yeah, I'm retiring from YouTube and stuff like that. And some people, they don't necessarily retire, they just dial it back so they can spend more time doing what they want and just upload the tidbits of what they want. Like, look at what PewDiePie is doing now. Man barely uploads any gaming stuff. He's revisiting Minecraft currently, but other than that, he just occasionally uploads a video vlogging about his time living in Japan with his kid. You know, the man was at the top of the YouTube game for years, being the most subscribed person for years, and has decided, you know what? I'm going to focus on my family, but I want to share what we're doing. Like, you know, the dude won life. Like, he beat the YouTube game, if you want to call it that, and just said, you know, I'm happy, and I want to share my happiness doing what I want to do, and not focusing on games all the time. Which, you know, I miss the game, him playing all those different types of games that he would play, but, you know, he's happy what he's doing. Good on the man.
I want to move to a random-ass town in a random-ass place, have a little house with my creatures, have a normal job with normal hours and normal problems, live a life where people don't know who I am before I introduce myself. Not saying I don't like being recognized. You can come up to me, I promise. I don't mind. But eventually, I just want to feel like a person again. Normal is rapidly changing nowadays, but I don't want this chronically online lifestyle forever. How nice it would feel to one day not have to triple check every single thing I say in fear of people's pitchforks, or fear for my safety when people maliciously leak my private information, or even
that's the risk of the internet.
By strangers' opinions on me and every version of myself I've ever been, every moment of my life. I hold it all together pretty well, I'd say. I mean, it's my job to. And none of these negatives have and ever will outweigh the positive aspects of this incredible opportunity that you guys have allowed me to have. I don't want to come across like I'm complaining. I very much understand this is just unfortunately part of it all, and I'm very privileged and very grateful. But I can't do it forever. And I don't want to. I want to feel like I have the time and mental energy to pursue new hobbies, experiment with other things that can make me happy. Making content for YouTube never leaves my head. It's the case for every single content creator on the platform. There's no clocking out, there's no weekends, there's no breaks. You can't just leave an office and not think about it. You're constantly brainstorming ideas, managing everything, schedules, employees. Sure, you can work and live anywhere you want.
Yeah, for the bigger creators especially, yeah. Smaller fries like me, I don't make enough money off of this for me to try to worry about making it full-time currently. I just don't think this is gonna happen where YouTube is my primary source of income. You know, if I could get to where voice acting is my primary source of income, I would be extremely happy with that. It's probably gonna be a while before that does happen, if it ever does, but I'm going to stay positive and say it's going to eventually happen. It's just going to take a while to get there. But when it comes to YouTube, it's not on my mind all the time as far as what I'm going to upload, because it's a hobby for me. Me uploading is a hobby. I don't make enough money for this to be sustainable. I get maybe a payout once a year, sometimes twice a year. And YouTube doesn't do a payout on your channel until you reach a minimum of $100 of ad revenue. So I definitely don't make that much to be able to say, oh, I'm going to survive off of $200 a year, sometimes $100 a year. Huh. And plus, you got to think of the algorithm, like how beneficial has it been to me as far as, other than in 2018 when I really popped off with the SMG4 stuff, in 2019 as well. You know, but
go on vacation at any point, build your own schedule. But it's always there, like a black hole in your mind. It's just so exhausting. I haven't felt like I can sit back and enjoy something in 10 years because I simply do not have the time if it isn't for a video. Yeah, that's just how self-employment works, but don't forget about all the other fun stuff I've already mentioned on top of it all. I don't know what I want to do career-wise after retiring from YouTube, but I romanticize the idea of just getting to rediscover myself. Maybe I want to learn how to make custom plushes and open my own little shop, take art commissions, be a teacher, maybe an art director. It's gotten to the point where I think about that little life every day, and I'm actively aiming and walking towards it with every decision I make. Oh, let me tell you, I genuinely cannot wait to live it one day. But there's this other side of me that's so terrified. I've spent my entire young adult life in front of an audience, doing pretty much one thing. I don't know what it's like to live without a platform, surrounded by a huge audience anymore. It scares me. Like a lot. I don't want to need this, but I'm scared
That's
that
the thing.
I do. In some way.
You're
when the
used to
time
it
comes,
now.
I'll definitely work on that fear in therapy or something, but I do think about it a lot. I'm not done with YouTube just yet. I still want to make animations and tell stories, animate little gaming videos. I still just love it so much, and I'm not going away just yet. Sorry to disappoint some of you. I just wanted to let you guys know how grateful I am that you've helped me be right here. I've gotten to meet hundreds of people who told me how much they liked my videos.
I doubt this is ever gonna make it to her, as far as my reaction. But if I can proffer a suggestion, considering the talent you have for these videos, I could see you being, like previously stated, being an art director for an animation studio. You know, it wouldn't be YouTube, but making an animation studio that's independent or something like that, and being able to continue to provide animations and maybe not necessarily this exact same style, but to help bring stories to life through animation. You know, something like that. I guarantee there's a market for it. Milky, come here. Come here. What you sniffing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Aww. I'm dragging this video on. I'm sorry, guys.
Felt inspired, discovered something about themselves.
That's just my
Even
2
did
cents. Maybe
something
she's
as
not
small
going to be
as laugh
interested
at
anymore.
one of my stupid ass jokes. I can't wrap my head around the idea that a lot of you grew up watching my videos and are like functioning people in society now. That one always feels like.
Now.
I know you're not calling me old, but you're calling me old. I'm grateful for all the art people have
You're
drawn
younger
from
than
Even
me
now,
and more
it's still
successful.
So surreal. From the cute little doodles from kids to jaw-dropping, fully rendered pieces from artists of all ages. Like,
Damn.
you guys are better artists than me at this point. What do you mean I inspired you?
I'm
Why does my art
not.
look like that then? The whole reason I show fan art at the end of my videos is because I look back at the feeling I got when Cupquake put my art in her videos, and I want to be able to give that
Always
back
good
to
to
other
give back
artists.
to the
People have
community.
told me they watch my videos to laugh, listen to while working, to feel better after a crummy day. All the ways I used to consume YouTube back in my day. Even though it's easy for me to tell myself, they're just little stupid videos I make. What's the big deal? It kind of also feels like
Don't
I get
sell
to
yourself
contribute
short.
to a cycle I used to be on the other side of and pay it back. I don't know, it just feels good knowing I've made stuff that's made people feel better in a way that other content creators used to make me feel better. I've rambled quite a bit, but thank you for letting
Hey, it's
me
your
make
channel.
these
You get
silly
to ramble.
videos for 10 years. I never would have thought any of this could have happened to little old me, and definitely not for this long. I absolutely thought I would have been tossed aside and forgotten by now. I look back
No.
at when things were starting to roll,
Stonks.
and I was like, I've got like a
Stonks.
3-year shelf life left. I'm forever grateful
Stonks.
for you, my friends, my family, my team. I don't know what my life would have looked like if I didn't type Minecraft into the YouTube search bar when I was 14.
Very
Who knows
different.
how much more time we have with each other, but just know it has been and still is an honor to be here. And until then, I'll be doing my best to keep doing what I've been doing for 10 years and just make these silly little animations. You know, the timing is a little awkward to have just won a giant MrBeast YouTuber challenge that put a lot of eyes on my channel, only for the first thing for me to put out since winning is me talking about how I'm really tired and want to retire one day. That was not intentional, I'm sorry. But yes, the next video coming out will be about me winning the MrBeast Cube. We're still working on getting the money all set up to be given away, so you can stop emailing me asking for money. It's not gonna work like that. Anyway, thank you to everyone who's been with me at any point of my YouTube career. I've still got a little bit more juice left in the tank. I'm forever lucky to have lived the life I have and to continue living that life, and I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I'm excited to spend a bit more time with you all. So, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now, Jaiden. So, the days are numbered, like she said. The days are indeed numbered, which at some point is always going to be the case. Some people are gonna decide, whenever they decide, you know what, I've had a good run, I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna stop where I'm at, or I'm content with what I've done, you know, and that's everybody's prerogative that plays the YouTube game. Like I said, some people, they make it. Like PewDiePie's example I gave earlier, MatPat's been very well beloved, and I know he's called it quits. There's just, I can't even think of how many people that have decided, you know what, I am content with what I have done with this, with whatever channel they have, and decide after that, you know what, I've done what I set out to do, and I am ready to call it good, or I have burned out and I need to stop for my own sake. Like, whatever the reason is, like, at some point, even I'm going to reach that point. I haven't yet, thankfully, but then again, I'm not doing this full time, so it's probably not going to burn me out as much, considering I have taken like more than a week long break between videos because I've either been spending time with family or just didn't feel like it, and it's just is what it is. So maybe that'll change. Rosie. Well, okay. We're gonna see how. I don't have an estimate myself on how long I think I'll continue to do YouTube. But while I'm still here, I want to try to have some fun with what I'm reacting to. And yeah, Jaiden has already said it's not her last video, but we are in the it's the final countdown, even though we don't know what the we do not know the time frame we have left. So with that in mind, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up here, and let's just make a commitment. Let's enjoy what we get from Jaiden going forward, because we don't know how long until she decides, you know what, I'm ready to call it good with what I've been doing and all that good jazz. What did you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed, comment how you guys first discovered Jaiden, how long you've been a fan of her. Like I said, I discovered her around the time she made the PewDiePie reference in one of her animation collab things. Or it might have been for YouTube Rewind or something else, I can't remember. Subscribe if you're new, and tap the bell to get notified whenever I upload a video so you don't miss any reactions, gameplay, or otherwise. Also, go check out my Discord. Link is in the description. Come join. We will talk, post memes, songs, videos, artwork. You can start promote your own stuff and just have some fun. And a quick reminder, check out Universal Conquest on Steam, because my voice will officially be appearing in it within a month or so as the reptile race. So yeah, this has been Lance Corporal Hawk 30 signing off.